Right, welcome back to another video, and today let's talk about some basketball. Right, so today I wanted to talk about the latest kind of news on Kevin Durant. Now, I've made a lot of sort of videos on the Kevin Durant sort of situation, whether that be him requesting a trade, or whether that's the Celtics offering a trade package for him, or his most likely suitors. It has come out now that he has basically told the organization and the owners, is basically the GM and the management team or him, right? So I just wanted to talk about that and kind of what I think could happen. This is just all speculation now, and this is all kind of just for a bit of fun, just talking about it because it's the first thing that's happened in weeks, so let's just talk about it. I think the Nets owner actually then tweeted that they support the front office and the coaching staff, so they support Steve Nash and all of that. Now, it's an interesting decision because they probably still think that they can get something for Kevin Durant. And I think this is his final play, but then I think he has also retracted his trade request. Which is weird, isn't it, right? So why would you make this ultimatum for the team if you've retracted your trade request? A lot of people, after a while of the trade not happening to anywhere and no significant progress being made, thought that he very likely could stay at Brooklyn, and I am of the opinion that he will most likely stay at Brooklyn at this point. But this makes it a bit more complicated, right? Because he has told them it's me or the front office and the staff. And that's a power play. But to be fair to the owners, he has requested a trade. He has opted out, pretty much. So why then would you give him all the power again after you did it last time? You literally gave him everything he wanted, every player he wanted, the coaching staff he wanted, you gave him everything. And now he is saying you got to get rid of all that, pay all this more money to get rid of that and get new people in. Otherwise he's leaving, when he's already requested to leave. So does that make sense? Would you even want to do that as an owner? Would that be a good decision? Because you've got to think about it like this, right? Kevin Durant has said he doesn't want to be there anymore. And now he's changed his mind and said, I'll stay if you do all this for me. And it's basically saying they're the problem and not me. He's basically shifting the blame, saying, well, I only want to leave because them guys over there. Not because of you. Not because of the organisation. I like the organisation. Just those guys over there. Which is pretty much the whole staff and front office. Which you can see why he's angry at with the whole Kyrie contract situation and stuff like this. And them not making a good amount of progress in the playoffs and in the regular season as well. So it's easy to see why KD would say this. But at the same time, he is not in a position where he has much power. Yes, he is Kevin Durant, right? But he also has 3 years left on his contract. And in that situation, the Nets have all the power. They do not have to do anything you say. You can sit out and try and do that. Will that hurt his legacy, and will he want to do that at his age? Now, that is the thing you've got to remember. With Ben Simmons sitting out, it's a lot different. And a lot of people are saying, KD will just sit out then. If KD sits out for a whole season, he's got about 3 good seasons left in him before he retires. You've got to think about it like this. 3 more seasons, pretty much. 3 more chances to win a ring without Stephen Curry. And you're taking one of them away. You're taking 33.3% of those chances away just because you want to sit on the bench. He may as well play for the Brooklyn Nets. And then you've got 2 years left on your contract in the end of that. And then you're in a better bargaining position. He won't sit, I don't think. Now, he could easily sit, right? He could just say, no, I'm not playing. Because Kyrie sat, obviously, all the away games. That wasn't his, it was kind of his fault, but it's kind of his, he can do that because that is his moral standpoint, I guess. But, it can be done. We've seen it with Ben Simmons where he'll just refuse to play. And that is what I think this is. I think KD might not turn up to training camp after this now. Because of, if they don't do what he says. Because now that he has said this, and if he goes back and just plays for Brooklyn again, under Steve Nash, who he said he doesn't want, it'll make him look silly. Let's be honest, it will make Kevin Durant look extremely silly if he just goes back and they call his bluff and he just plays. Because who's got more to lose, right? obviously the Nets owners are going to lose a lot of money in this situation if he sits for a year. Or not a year, let's say he sits until the trade deadline or something and won't play the first half of the season. Let's say that like Ben Simmons did, for example, right? Let's say that happens. Like, they're losing money, right? But he's losing something a lot more valuable than what they're losing, in my opinion. He's losing the limited amount of time which he has left to play basketball and win a ring without Stephen Curry, which would help his legacy significantly if he could do that. Because Stephen Curry's done it without him. Like, he's done it. He doesn't need to prove it anymore. Kevin Durant has 3 more seasons, probably at best, to be a top star on a team, and that's just my opinion. Like, when the Brooklyn Nets signed him to that 4-year deal, and those 3 years that he has got left, where he's probably got about this season, next season, and maybe the one after where he's performing at that top level, I don't know if he'll want to waste that, and I think he's trying his best to do everything he can to put himself in the best position to win. And if he feels like he can't do that at the Nets with the team and the front office and the staff behind that because of the issues that they have had previously in the past couple of months, I can see him not sitting and just playing. Like, I think this is a bluff. I'm going to be honest with you, I think it's a bluff. Because as long as these owners stay strong and don't fold under the pressure of Kevin Durant, which it doesn't seem like they are, to be fair. Respect to the owners of the Brooklyn Nets who have just not folded. They've said, we support the staff and what they're doing. I respect that a lot because the organization is bigger than one player. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's LeBron, Michael Jordan, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Jason Tatum, Giannis. The organization is bigger than one player, and the organization is going to go on for years after these players retire. So they should not fold under these player pressures. If Kevin Durant wants to leave, fair enough. Get the right deal for it and what you need to do. I respect that. That makes sense. You need to get the best deal that you can and the value that you should get for him. That's fair. But at the same time, Kevin Durant needs these years more than the Nets need the money, in my opinion. The Nets can take 2 years off or something, and they'll be fine. With NBA teams, you can take 10 years off. We've seen that with Orlando. But it's just a difficult situation in whole to be. And the fact that he has retracted the trade request makes me think that he will stay at the Brooklyn Nets. But he could not. And it's all speculation, and this is just a bit of fun. So I don't know. You don't know. That's the fun of basketball. It's all just talk and opinions. But that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you.